All right, so I'm back with no hair and unfortunately a car that still leaks oil. So now this begs the question that can you make a Honda to not leak oil? And to my knowledge at this point, the answer might be no. So let's take a look. Been leaving it, parking it still in the garage, and you can see that it's still chaos. So I don't know. There's no silicone on the oil pan gasket. I haven't gone under there to look at it and see if that's where it's still leaking from. I would suspect that it is. So we have a couple options. I can put silicone on the gasket and try it again. I have another kind of sealer that we could use also. I don't really know if those bolts are tight. So I tightened them down previously, but things like the oil pan bolt and bolts that are aren't very tight, especially something like the oil pan, which I think is like 10 pounds of pressure or something to tighten those bolts. The car can heat soak. So after a couple cycles of warming up and cooling down, the car can, those bolts can loosen. So what I've been doing is I've been heat cycling the car, just letting it warm up and cool down, warm up and cool down, in hopes that maybe those bolts are just loose. So that now we can go back in and re-tighten them. Maybe that'll fix it. I don't know. That's my hope. So that's what we're gonna do today. All right, guys, so quick update here. What I've done is I've taken off the exhaust and the transmission engine mount to be able to access all the bolts on the oil pan to see if something was loose in there. So what happened, I went around and re-tightened all those bolts. They had loosened up. From what I remember, they were a little looser than what I remember tightening them to. So I think that's pretty common with something that's not very tight, bolts like that aren't very tight, something like the oil pan bolts. So what I did was I re-tightened everything, all the oil pan bolts, and hopefully that fixes it. Looked like I was getting, the oil was leaking from the rear of the engine. I'm hoping it's not a rear main seal. It definitely could be. There wasn't a whole lot of oil to kind of verify. For all I know, it could be coming from the oil pan in the rear. I just don't know, so I guess only time will tell. Hopefully this is the end of this and the car will be oil leak free. I honestly don't have high hopes for that, but you know, we'll see. Only time will tell. So this was just a quick little update video to update you guys on where the car's at, and maybe I'll do like a part 4 or something to see after the car's got a few miles on it. We can see whether it was actually holding all its oil now. One of the other things I noticed was that you might have seen in the original videos was that I filled the oil with the car on the jack stands only in the front, so it was leaning heavily quite a bit. So when the car's on the level surface in the garage, it is about maybe a quart, maybe half a quart to a quart over full. So that maybe could also be leading to the oil leak also. So I'm going to try and drain just that little bit of oil out of it, put everything back together, and we'll see if you know, after 1,000 miles or something, maybe there'll be a part 4 video that should see how the car does with the new re-tightened oil pan bolts. So if you liked this video and you want to see more of me, see more of the Del Sol and the progress videos, be sure to let me know by subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Thanks.